All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Do me a favor, and if you have anybody else in your organization that has anything to do with giving or would benefit from this information, please share the link for them to join with us live. Also, just a reminder, we do record all of our webinars, and we'll email them out as well as the handouts and things that we discuss today. So wanted to kind of give an overview of our topic today. We're so excited to have Stephen Ballard join us from Online Giving. Online Giving is a giving platform, and he'll tell you all the details about it. But basically, we have been working with them for over 4 years, and they helped us when we did a huge transition and got a new database, moved over to ministry platform. We got a whole new giving system. They helped build everything that we needed from scratch. They helped us, we have several different entities as well. And gosh, they bent over backwards to help us and give us the great functioning systems that we have today. So it was only fitting that we asked them to be a part and kind of educate us and help you guys as you guys pursue your path. I know some of you guys might be on a smaller level starting up online giving, and some of you may be further advanced. So whatever the reason you're joining us for today, whether you're just wanting more information, maybe you're looking for a system, I think today we're going to go over lots of stuff that are going to help you on your journey. I did want to share a few of their clients that they have that I just think is amazing. Most of you guys have heard of Seacoast Church. That's their client. Obviously Redemption and RCM and iChurch and HCM and all of our different entities are through online giving. Summit RDU, which is right in Raleigh where we just were. Calvary Church, Mount Zion, and Crosspoint are two huge churches in Nashville. So they have over 300 clients. Their clients range from very small, like startup from grassroots, all the way up to mega churches. Seacoast has 19 campuses, I think. So there is, the spectrum is big for them. And also one thing that I love about them that I think helps a lot with what we're all trying to do is the integration piece. Hopefully you'll find that a lot of their stuff integrates with systems you probably already use. So anyway, the goal for today is to educate. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce Stephen Ballard to you guys. He's going to be joining us by audio, but he will be streaming the screen. So I'm actually going to switch over and allow him to be the host. So yeah, go for it, Stephen. Thanks for joining us today.
All right. How are y'all doing? I know a lot of y'all are muted is what I see on the screen, but what we wanted to do today was just kind of cover what we've done for Redemption and just hit some highlights on some of the main focuses that you want to have with a giving system. And then we'll hit a little bit of our feature set and what we have in ours. As far as questions go, if y'all want to write them down as we go through this, and we'll cover them at the end and allow y'all to ask them, but we might answer them in the middle of it all. So, but obviously Redemption has been with us for a while, and I will actually use their site as part of our presentation, but some of the things that I just wanted to cover in general for giving sites in and of themselves, and what you're wanting to have. And my screen is shared, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go over here. But what we do is obviously it's online giving. It's mobile friendly text to give kiosk online. We do have a text marketing built into our platform, as well as we have a full-fledged church app with integrated giving and all. One of the things that y'all want to really focus on when it comes to giving in general, and that is, one is your price point. Software, you're going to have software fees as well as processing fees. In our world, our software fees range from $25 a month, upwards to $250 if you're maxed out on our biggest plan. And then the credit card processing and check clearing fees, we're closer to the 2% range in credit card, and we start off at and we're going to be closer to under a 1% range for check clearing. So one of the things that drive a lot of it is we do believe you can have lower fees and structure, but not give up on any of the features or integrations that you might want. You don't have to take a back seat to really anything here. So one is the pricing structure that you're going to want to look at. Two are the features. What features do you have? Like I said a minute ago, we have online. It's mobile friendly. It'll fit on any screen size. It's a true text to give utilizing keywords. So you can have a multi-campus site using one keyword of give to go to tithe. And it doesn't matter what campus it is, because when the person comes in, they'll choose their campus and that keyword will always know to go to that campus for tithing for that keyword. And then, I've got the mobile app. And then lastly are the integrations. And this is our website, onlinegiving.org. I'm just going to scroll down real quick through some of these things and get to our integrations. So these right now on the screen, we have automatic integrations with these softwares: Ministry Platform, Fellowship One, Breeze, CCB Rock, Planning Center, and then Touchpoint was just added recently. DPCS and Icon are more of a database structure that is used a lot with, fulfillment center type of stuff. Like Ron Carpenter might utilize them in some capacity. I know that Expected End Ministries, a prison ministry, uses that one of those integrations as well. But for church management software, you pretty much got the first two rows there, and then obviously Touchpoint has been added here in the last week and a half for direct integration. And all of these integrations here that we have, you can actually log in with your church management software username and password. So if y'all are using Breeze, they can log in with their Breeze credentials or Ministry Platform credentials and so on. And then that's an automatic match into the database. So those are some of the things you want to look at, because we do believe you can have some pretty heavy integrations. I mean, our integrations go deeper than just pushing donations in. Using the credentials of the church management software is a huge factor on that. Another thing that I'm going to just kind of buzz through is I'm going to just hit some of the highlights of our software. First, I'm just going to, over here at Redemption side, if you go to their Give for Redemption, it's going to pop up this donation page, and I'm going to enlarge this a little bit. Hopefully it's not too big on your screen, but when people come in, there's a lot of different ways they can get into a system, and we believe it's about the path of least resistance. If they can use their Breeze credentials or their MP, great. If they don't know them and they want to log in with Google or Facebook, that's fine too. All you have to do is link them up one time in our system to the correct account in the church management software. And it doesn't matter if they want to log in with Google or Facebook, but they can log in with their credentials. They can sign up for a new account here, and they would fill the data in, or they can give as a guest. And when they come in as a guest in our world, they come in right on our donation page, which is a single donation page. It's not a step, next page, next page, next page. It is a true, quick, simple page. So they can come in here and put in their donation. They can make it one time. They can make it reoccurring. And then they can put in their card data, and I'll put in the dummy credit card number that we always use. As someone fills this data in, even if it's a check, we tell them when it's complete. Okay? It changes the color of the check or the credit card so that they know it is complete, and then they fill in their information. as they start filling their data in on here, we're looking it up in Google, okay? And we're auto-populating it. This is about the path of least resistance the first time, get them in, get them out. And then they can also put in their cell phone number so that they can sign up for text to give on the next page. So that's the donation page. It's one page. It fits on any mobile screen, any, iPad, whatever, and it's pretty streamlined. What I wanted to show you is when somebody comes back the second time, they'll be able to come in here. They'll be able to give log in on any way they want to. But once they log in, we already have everything tokenized in here. We don't ask for their name, their phone number, their address. We don't ask for their credit card information, their checking account. All of this stuff is tokenized and stored up in the cloud, which means we have nothing in our database that can be stolen. It's just going to show the last 4 digits of a credit card or checking account number. They can have more than one credit card in here if they wanted to. And they could also have, if they wanted to change this over and put a bank account information in. Okay. And like I said, credit cards are roughly around 2%. Bank accounts can, checking accounts between 0.5% and 1% range. So there's a huge savings in pushing them towards ACH, no matter the size of your church. It's definitely worth doing ACH. And in our system, they can give with ACH and do that even with text giving. So we can keep your costs down, which is a huge factor. So that's kind of the overview. If I were to go back here, and you can give to multiple campuses or multiple funds if you don't have campuses. Let's just say these were all different funds here. And I could go in here and split this all up and put dollar amounts in here. It'll go through as one transaction, and it'll go into multiple funds. They don't have the feature turned on, but we do have the option for churches to allow the donor to cover the cost of the processing if we check off a box. About 1% of our churches have that turned on. It's not a huge deal, but some churches want to have it, so we do. But it allows them it'll calculate the fees and let them, cover it. So it'll add that right on to the donation form. I'm going to kind of move on from this form here, and let me just refresh this real quick. So when someone comes in and they give, let me just refresh the screen. And they come in here and give, I'm just going to leave this for this campus right now, and they make a donation. It goes through fairly quickly, and they get told about the donation. They get an opportunity to make it reoccurring if they didn't. We gently encourage reoccurring donations. So they have an opportunity on the first page, they have an opportunity in the second one, and that is another key factor on giving, is to encourage reoccurring. Even with our text giving, when they get their text receipt back, when they give via text, it even allows them to set up reoccurring donations from text giving. So we're always encouraging it, okay? And then they can set up text to give by coming in this way, and we send them a 4-digit PIN, and it will actually get them registered for text to give. But they can come in from text giving to start off with. So they could start off with your text to give number, and it would actually allow them to come into the system the first time, be a text giving, and then anytime they make a text gift, it goes through in about 8 seconds after that, and they get a text receipt and an email receipt. So these are some of the features. We do believe in a true keyword text to give. So if you have 5 funds, they all have their own keyword as examples in here. These are the keywords for redemption, and they will be going to those particular funds. If you send a text in with this keyword, it's going to know to go to that fund in the system. So it's pretty streamlined. Getting in the first time takes about 2 minutes. The second time you saw it when I logged in, I was right on the donation page. And we're ready to give a gift. And it's path of least resistance. We do have churches that do tons of volume on text giving. I have several churches that half of their volume with us will be text giving. And that is a huge feature. Although we do offer kiosk, more churches are utilizing the text to give because the kiosk is in the palm of their hand. And it's called a cell phone. And they can be on their way to church, or they could be on their way to the beach on vacation and give in a matter of about 10 seconds. And so I'm going to go back to our website real quick, and then I'm going to just hit a few things here off of the site. So it's onlinegiving.org. This just shows some examples of our text to give, what it looks like on a phone. Obviously, we saw the form. You can give on any device. It's perfectly mobile friendly, can fit on any kind of screen size. You do have a dashboard inside the control panel for the admins to see a lot of things. There are kiosks available. We do have Facebook Messenger giving, which is really cool, chatbot structure. And then on different plans, we do allow for folks to they can have a chatbot form filler. It's really neat conversational process to getting some things done. But feature overviews, I'm not going to buzz through here, but the biggest thing on features is really what are y'all needing? And the features that we have are pretty robust. You don't have to take a back seat to anything and still get all that you're wanting on lower expenses and costs. So this is something y'all can come back and look at. And then here we have a presentation that we're going to send out to everybody when we trying to find this. Oops. There you go. Screen size. But this is a presentation we'll email out, and it's going to go more in detail about things for y'all in regards to all the different features that we have. It does show a lot of our clients on here. This is obviously Seacoast. This is our login, but this takes you step by step on logging in, giving. You can log in like Google or Facebook. You can, once you're logged in the first time, you can use a cell phone to log in as well. But that's really it. I mean, our main focus is for y'all to be able to have a simple path to giving, and very streamlined and integrated, very detailed integrated with church management software, so that it's very fluid between the two of them, and that it can hit the highlights that you need to do and move on. That's what this form will do for y'all on this. So I'm going to really just open it up for some questions if we can do that, Ashley. I don't know how many people are on here or not, but
yeah, absolutely.
That's kind of the main focus. So, and then we do have this, I'll send to Ashley as well. Amy reminded me about it, but this is the top 10 key elements of online giving. And it's just a generic marketing piece we had out there, and it just talks about the top 10 things of giving and what you need to be looking for in a solution. And it just talks about some of these things. So we'll send that over to her as well, so y'all can scroll through and hear that or see that as well. So
that would be great. Well,
go right ahead.
Thank you so much. I did want to let everybody know that if you do want to ask a question, all you have to do is unmute yourself really fast, and he's here to help with whatever you might need.
Hey, Ashley, this is Robert Hines. Can you hear me?
I can.
Good. I did have a question about the security of the online giving. How secure is it from people being able to get credit card and payment information?
Yep. So nothing is stored in our software other than the last 4 digits and the expiration date of all credit cards and the last 4 digits of a checking account. The system's fully PCI compliant. Everything's stored up in the cloud. And there is nothing in our system that if somebody got into it to steal but a big, huge string of a token. So there is nothing there to do with that. As well as the donors, I didn't mention this, they have full access inside their account to change anything they need to. So if I was over here and I wanted to go and see my profile, I as a donor can come in here and change my credit cards out, update the credit cards, change the banking accounts out. We do notify them of expiring credit cards automatically as a feature, and reoccurring donations that don't go through. The admin gets notified with an email, as well as the donor, to let them know the donation did not happen and to log in and update their card data. It could have been expired, or maybe they canceled it and didn't realize they needed to update it. So we do automate that for churches as well.
Okay. But you can give one time and you can do giving again. So if the information is not stored there, how does it do subsequent gifts?
We store a token.
Okay, and then you decrypt the token for the
the token is stored in here. It's generated by the gateway. So when a card's put in, it dumps the credit card and replaces it with a token. And that token is specific to that card. And if they ever update a card, or they have 5 different cards, we'd have 5 different tokens in here. So there's nothing in here that can be taken that's any good, because it's just a token.
That makes sense. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else have any questions? If you do, just press your unmute and go ahead and ask away. Stephen, I'll actually jump in while we're waiting on the next question. Can you talk about, I think it was in the presentation, but I don't know if we hit it at all. I know a lot of people are using like the Facebook Give and stuff like that. Does that work at all with you guys, or is that a total separate thing?
Yeah, I mean, we do have a way for them to click on Give, and it comes over to our donation page when they click on that Give, as well as we do have, Facebook Messenger giving, we stream, a lot of churches that stream live video on Facebook. Doing the Facebook Messenger giving is really a neat feature, because it allows them to give inside of Messenger, kind of like text to give. And it is a conversational approach to giving. I'm trying to see if we have that feature on this list here, but it's a really neat process, because it'll ask them. It's like someone's texting them back and forth to give a gift. So there's 2 ways. One, they can bounce out of from Facebook and over to our donation page with that Facebook Give button. Or they can give inside the Facebook Messenger giving.
Awesome. Cool.
And I believe I was on it's in here somewhere. I'll scroll through and
you're scrolling. Yeah. I know a lot of people ask about that. And I think it's way better to do something like that than, I think sometimes I've seen people do the Cash App and like just some random things like that. But I think it's a lot more professional if you use a platform like this, or some of the more known ones.
Right. And on this page, you can see we do have a form builder in our software that if you've used Wufoo Forms, you can use ours, and you can build your own form in here to take payments or donations with as well. So anyone else?
So you can basically cater or specify, build your own personal, whatever info you want to capture when you're getting their information. You can just build it how you want it, basically.
Yeah. So this is just an example of one of our churches using our form builder, and this is for their, Mother's Day Out program to take money for tuition payments. And it'll push right into the fund and their church management software for that. You might have questions on here you need, like the child's information that it's for, because you might have a grandparent paying for it rather than the mom or dad. So they just build a little custom form, and the forms are as customized as long as you want them. So it's a true form builder that's in there.
Awesome.
This is the PDF. This is the PDF we'll send out to them, and it is pretty detailed, and it goes into a lot of examples.
Awesome. Well, we have like 4 more minutes. Does anybody else have any last minute questions as we are about to close?
Okay, I'll throw one out, Ashley.
Yeah.
Are we on?
Yep.
Okay. So if I got this right, even with your program, if someone is, because Facebook Live is, I think, the #1 platform that, we're actually getting, traction on, not as much as our webpage from going with the social media. So if someone is on Facebook Live and we're using your system, and we put a text to give number, and they have a text to give number, once they dial that number, it'll go through your process the first time, and then it'll be streamlined every time after that. Is that what I'm understanding?
Correct. So if they were to come in from text giving to start off with, they would just put your phone number in. They would put in their dollar amount or keyword and dollar amount and hit send. The first time they're going to get a hyperlink back, and when they click on it, it's going to take them in the URL on their phone to fill all that data out, just like you saw on the guest give page. And then they'll make a donation. The second time they do a text to give, it will go right through in about 10 seconds and come back with a receipt. And it will basically say, thank you for your donation in the dollar amount with card ending with this. And then it'll also allow them to set up, if you turn it on, reoccurring donations from text giving. So text giving the first time is about a 1.5-minute process, but the second time it's going through in about 10 seconds.
Okay. One more question, Ashley, since time is limited, and this is going to be not necessarily in the direct vein that we've been discussing, but are there certain, I guess, I don't know if you can answer this or not in your field, but I mean, you've worked with a lot of churches. Is there a certain amount of times or a certain way to present the giving when it comes down to IT that tends to render more success of a ratio and participation as far as numbers of showing the numbers, or where to put the location of giving to for people to see, or how often we should display the give opportunity? Are there,
Yeah.
Can you speak to anything like that as to good formulas or ways to go about to be more successful?
Sure. Yeah. So whether it's our giving or anybody else's, giving is only as good as you're going to market it. Okay. It's kind of like a baby, so to say. If you feed the baby, it's going to grow. And if you don't, something bad's going to happen. So one is first of all, is promoting it in all sorts of aspects. One is from emails to promote it about the new giving page with links to it to get signed up. The second thing is promoting it from your pulpit, okay? Especially when you're transitioning to a new giving platform, having a 90-day approach to getting more people on board. So talking about it from the pulpit, putting in the bulletin, up on a video screen at the time of tithing. I mean, all of these are aspects that you need to come in at all different angles. And I mean, we do have some churches that actually, they'll put up on the screen, they can go to the website to give. They'll put up right next to it, they'll put up the text to give number. And, also, if they have a kiosk out in their lobby, they'll put an image of the kiosk that they can go by. So you do need to keep it in front of people. I'm a huge proponent on websites that the moment you click on give, now this one, they have 3 systems of giving with us, so they have to break it down. But I am a huge proponent that you click on give and it takes you to the giving page. If you have it buried down 4 clicks, you're never, This is about the path of least resistance,
Right.
you know? So that's what you want to do. They have it very streamlined right up front, right at the top. I've seen churches stick it way down here. And, you know, first of all, this is a short page to scroll. I've scrolled pages where it's like a mile long and they got give down here in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay. You're not going to be successful. Or they've got it under a drop down. Okay. Which is fine, but you need to have it on your main page.
But if you want your numbers to go up, you got to have it more accessible.
I mean, if you, and I'm just going to give you this is just people. This is nothing. This is just people. Someone spends about an average of about 15 to 25 seconds on a website. If they cannot find what they're looking for, they will go to another website. That's just marketing on websites. Like when we market online giving, we know that if we don't have what they're hunting for in the first part of the page, okay, there's a good thing they're moving on to a different page. It's the same thing for you. If someone's coming here to give, there's nothing against anything else that's on the page. They want to see give. They want to get to it, okay? You know, it's about the path of least resistance. So Redemption's done a great job having it right up here on the top. And, you know, they do have multiple giving systems with us. So they do have to have an extra click, which is not a big deal. But just be sure you're not burying it under some drop down or way down the bottom of page one.
Okay.
But it is a marketing. Keep it in front of them. You got to, you know, put it in the bulletin, keep it there. When it's time to give, put it up on the screen, you know, about how to do text to give. I've even had pastors who, you know, big or small, I've had them all do it. Just depends on their personality. I've actually had them say, hey, we've got a new giving system. We're going to get you signed up right now today. Y'all are going to give $1 and we're going to get you registered through text to give. And they pull their phone out and they actually have somebody showing how to do it live right on the screen.
Wow.
Okay. And literally within a matter of 5 minutes, you can have almost everybody in there registered for text to give. And if they want to give more than $1, great. Your whole purpose is to get them into the system and register. But, you know, hey, if y'all want to give your normal tithe today, or if you just want to give $1 so you can get in here and see the new system and be registered for text to give, and it'll be working great. I've had people do that. It's really about how you are in the culture of your church. You know, I'm down here in the South. There's some Southern Baptist church that would never do that in their entire life. They'd rather die than to do that. Okay. I know I'm a Southern Baptist, you know, son of a Southern Baptist preacher, so I can talk that way. Now, other churches right downtown here, they would pull the phone out and say, get signed up. They got no problem with it. Does that make sense? So you got to read, and, you know, how do you think your congregation is going to interpret that? And so, but we've had a lot of them have success in doing that. So.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Well, awesome. Well, Stephen, thank you so much for just taking time to put together all that information for us and to join us live. I think it's been super informational, and I can't wait to pass out the resources. I think that even just looking through and reading through some of that is going to be super helpful. Like we mentioned earlier, he is going to send me the presentation that we went over today, as well as some other things, and I will email you guys that with the video playback. But yeah, just a reminder, the fourth Thursday of every month, we're having different webinars with different topics. So thanks for joining us. And Stephen, do you want to say anything in closing remarks?
No, I mean, y'all can feel free. Our website's just onlinegiving.org if you want to look at it, or if you want to reach out to us. I know the phone number is way down here at the bottom, but y'all are more than welcome to give us a call. We do 98% of our business through word of mouth and referrals from our existing clients. And, you know, if you Google online giving, we're on page 1 of Google. I mean, that's a given, but, you know, we do believe, really, truthfully, we are You know, Amy's on the phone, but she says it all the time. We're a bunch of church nerds trying to make y'all's life easier and to keep the fee and structures down.
Well, praise God for that.
So you can't have your cake and eat it too. Go ahead.
Well, I think what you guys offer is amazing, and you definitely know your stuff. And so for all of us that are in the process, I think this has been super helpful. So thank you so much. And yeah, you guys will be hearing from me shortly with that email with all the details. So you guys have an awesome Thursday, and we're going to go ahead and sign off.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.